The year was 1966, and a new sound out of Bismarck, North Dakota had a hold on the upper Midwest. It Must Be Love by the Tradewinds 5 soared to #1 in Bismarck and made it to 16 on the regional playlist, where it lingered in the company of the day's top artists.
We all wanted to be stars. We started as brothers, basically, you know, just fun. We'd practice and practice.
And the practice paid off. The Tradewinds eventually landed a gig as opening act for the Guess Who at Dance-A-Rama in Winnipeg. But one band member's star always seemed to shine more brightly than the others. 17-year-old Tom Weiser had it all: looks, talent, and attitude.
He was a little eccentric. He was almost a front man in himself, too, because people couldn't take their eyes off him when he performed.
One of the people who couldn't take their eyes off Tom was younger brother Dean, 12 years his junior.
That image stuck with me forever. When I saw that, for some reason, I thought, that's what I want to do.
Every time I roll. Now a successful drummer with his own band, Dean credits Tom for sparking his interest in music. But the clean-cut boy he idolized as a child would begin to experiment with more than music. Caught up in drugs, Tom began a downward spiral, almost taking Dean along for the ride. In 1974, Tom called in a phony prescription for codeine and sent an unsuspecting Dean, then 13, into the pharmacy to pick it up.
I was surrounded by probably 10 officers of the FBI and the police. And so then I had to testify in court. And
following Dean's testimony, Tom was sentenced to drug treatment.
I remember a look in his face like he was disappointed about what I had said.
It was the last time Dean saw his brother, who never showed up for treatment.
We kept searching for him. I did everything from writing unsolved mysteries to putting up flyers.
Nearly 3 decades after his disappearance, an old police report from a drug arrest linked Tom to an alias.
At that point, they put Tom Weiser and Antonio Savelli together because they fingerprinted him. And that turned out to be the clincher.
Dean eventually traced the name to an address in Boston.
What's he been doing for 30 years?
I think he's been chasing his dreams. I think he's been trying to be that person he's always wanted to be.
Antonio Savelli, Tom Weiser, is now 53 and living in a one-room boarding house flat, sleeping by day.
So, where would you like to go, sir?
Driving a cab by night.
I kind of cringe at the fact that I know I have to go out there and do this for a living every day. I've always wanted to be a professional musician, which I became, but a successful professional musician, which I'm not.
3 missing decades. Think about that. That's a huge piece of the Weiser family puzzle. Tom spent about 12 of those years on and off here in Boston. On and off is a recurring theme in his life, and it would seem the road to nowhere has taken Tom just about everywhere. Most of the journey has been a blur.
I was in, Fargo, Minneapolis, went to Winnipeg. I can't remember Detroit, Chicago. I lived in both those places, but I don't remember which came first.
Tom says he gave up drugs more than a decade ago, but at least on this day,
I don't know.
He seems to be relying heavily on one.
A lot of bad memories. That's why basically I never got in touch with them.
If Tom seems a bit anxious, perhaps it's because in just a few hours, he'll be reunited with his brother for the first time in 27 years.
I got a little nervous on the plane, starting to think about it.
You a little nervous?
No.
The meeting will take place on neutral ground, a pub across the street from Tom's room.
I don't know, he's my brother. And for a long time, I never had a brother. I didn't think I ever would again.
If you didn't see somebody that was your close relative for 30 years, what would you be feeling like in my situation right now? A little apprehensive, maybe?
He's someone I always looked up to and cared about. And I've always wanted to know that he was okay.
In all these years, did you ever wonder what Dean was doing?
Not at all.
He can hide for 27 years, but that's it, damn it.
Nor can Tom continue to hide his true emotions.
No. Hey. Oh, man. How are you, man? Oh, my God.
The embrace lasts several minutes. Tired eyes soften.
This is awesome.
A heavy heart grows lighter.
Dean.
How you doing, brother?
You big hulk of...
How have you been? Where you been? And I'll say this again, you could have called, you asshole.
Brothers are once again brothers.
Man, I always loved you a lot. Oh, remember that. I always did. I always did. Y'all always had a special place in my heart.
Well, you too. That's why I've been trying to find you for so long, you know?
You know, there was certain things that happened that, you know, I disappeared. And so I disappeared.
And here you are.
And here I am.
So we found you, and everything's good.
And everything's good.
But as Tom sits down with Dean and his family for dinner,
I'm an uncle.
I've got 3 daughters. You're an uncle too.
And can you dig it? Can you dig it?
it's clear that everything is not good.
I don't think I want a salad, no. No.
I'll have a Bud Draft and a Jim Beam shot right now.
Whether the result of his nervousness or something more, Tom's drinking has caught Dean off guard.
He is what he is. And we have to accept that, whatever we wanted him to be or whatever we hope to see. He's alive. I thought I'd find him dead, or thought I'd never find him. My parents were alcoholics, and we all went through it all when we were kids, and we saw it all, and we could all hate each other for all we've been through, and glad to see him. It's been a long time coming. Are you home? Can I come in? Hey, Sleeping Beauty.
A new day brings new hope.
So this is home, huh? He's waking up and he's very sober.
Tom and Dean begin the slow process of getting to know one another again.
When I was a kid, you know, Dad always used to bring home all his drunk buddies and sit and play music all night.
That was fun.
Old memories and lingering questions rush to the surface.
Did you ever think about getting in touch with us? Or?
Oh, I don't know. I sort of thought maybe that, you know, you guys had all gone your separate ways.
Feel this go. Through this go.
The abilities of a once promising musician have gone the way of his dreams. But after 30 years, Tom Weiser has found a way home.
This is for Dad.
Yeah.
Anytime.
But it's a path he must choose to follow.
I think this has been a big boost for him. I think he feels really good about it. I think he's really... It's going to be hard to leave. Because I care about him so much. I really, really do.